Fed up of floor robes, driven to distraction and drowning with doom boxes? Tired of living in chaos? Welcome to Decluttering Untangled, how to declutter when you're overwhelmed, ADHD or autistic. I'm going to help you uncover the secrets to decluttering, no matter what hurdles you face. You'll discover how to declutter, de-stress and transform your world. I'm Heather Tingle, reformed hoarder, neurodivergent declutter queen, and your guide through the maze of mess. Let's get untangled. Hello, Untanglers, and welcome to another episode of Decluttering Untangled with me, your host, Heather Tingle. Now, today's podcast is going to be a very short one, but I think it's an important cautionary tale for many of you, and it's something that I was guilty of doing in the past, and that's waiting for something to be done before putting an item in its place. So this was because I've had some fab clients over the past fortnight, and I think you'll understand their dilemma, and hopefully you will take on board my solution to this, because I am the expert, so this is what I would say you need to do. So the reason why I thought I would make a podcast is because one client this week had some solar panelled garden lights to put in their garden. And I will tell you, I'm going to talk about two different clients, but they're both okay for me to share this. So one client had a solar panelled garden lights to put in their garden. So ones that don't require wiring, you just literally put the stakes into the ground. However, they wanted the garden to be perfect and lovely and done before they put them out there. So the box was just hanging around the kitchen. And then the other client had many frames of art on the floor of their dining room, waiting to go up on the walls once the room had been decorated. But it couldn't be decorated until it had been decluttered, and obviously that takes time. So both of those clients were just waiting for something to be perfectly done before they could put those items in their places. Now, for me, I honestly think what they should do, and what I told them to do, was the lady with the lights. I said, just put them in the garden now. Just put them out there so you can enjoy them being out there. Just do it. It'll take you 2 minutes, and that's a box out of your kitchen and the things in their place. If you want to move them, you can move them later, because it's just a case of pulling them back up and putting them back in again. Dead simple. And the lady with the artwork, it's a case of, while you're waiting to get decorated, put the artwork up, get it off the floor and put it in the places you want it to be. Now, a lot of the time, in fact, I might do a whole different thing on artwork, but a lot of the time when we're looking at art, we have to decide where it's going to go, and we're so worried about it that it wants to be perfect. Honestly, just get it on the wall. It sounds so simplistic, but just get it on the wall. You can move things around later. So use, for example, command strips to hang them so you don't have to faff around with hammers and nails and all that kind of stuff. Get them up. Because what happens if you don't put them in those places and you wait for this perfect moment, this perfect opportunity, it actually causes you more stress, because you constantly see those items as a reminder of what hasn't been done. Not only that item that hasn't been put in its place or not been done, but also the bigger job that is looming has not been done. And it kind of amplifies what you haven't done, which makes it worse for you. It feels less inspirational, and it's more of a chore because, I've not done this yet. And it can make you feel really low. So that's a quick and easy win of just put it up there, or just put them in that place, and you'll at least feel that you've moved something forward. Even if it's only a quarter of the way forward, it's still more than it was before. The other reason, and I think this is a really important one, is items can get ruined in the process of waiting. So often items get broken, and by the time you want to use them, they're either broken, they're not their best anymore, they might become a bit tatty, or they've become out of date while you were waiting. I mean, time flies so quickly that some items that clients were like, it's only been in there a couple of weeks or a couple of months or a couple of years, and we look at the date and it's 15 years. It happens so often. Time flies. So try and get your use out of the item as soon as you got it and get it out there and used and enjoyed. And the other thing to ask yourself is, how long will it take before whatever you're waiting for, the perfect thing or the perfect circumstance, is ready for that item? Could be years. So why would you deprive yourself of enjoying those items in the meantime? You should enjoy the items before waiting years to do so. And I think this is also part of our neurodivergent brains as well. We want things to be perfect. We want things to be beautiful. And yet our homes should be beautiful. But when you wait for something to be perfect, first of all, it's a very high threshold perfection. Let's face it. It can take a long time and usually a lot of money to get to that point. But please remember that done is better than perfect. And honestly, just give it a go and then make it perfect later. It's so much easier for it to be almost perfect to then make it perfect later, which you might never do, by the way. Once the items are out there or in the place, you might never make it perfect. And that's absolutely okay. But it is still easier to adjust it than it is to wait for perfection and the right circumstances and the right parts of your home to actually make it happen. Okay, told you it was going to be a short one. So I hope that's given you some things to consider. And until next time, I want you to be kind to yourself. Remember, you're not alone. Keep untangling. Thanks for joining me for today's episode of Decluttering Untangled. If you found anything that I've said today helpful, please do me a favour. Hit that subscribe button or leave me a review. It's like receiving a virtual high five that keeps me going and lets me know that I'm helping real people out there and I'm making a difference. Please remember, you're not alone in this. I'm building a community of fellow untanglers over on Facebook. Just visit the show notes for the link to my free decluttering community. So until next time, remember, you're not alone, you're not lazy, you can untangle your life.